What's up, weirdo? Shea Tree Surgeon here, and unfortunately, Shay Lisi's Harley Davidson is broken. Surprise, surprise! It really shouldn't be broken. It's not her fault. It's the air cleaner's fault. I always find a way to pass the buck. Luckily, we have something reliable like a Ducati that she could ride around. It's the Italian Harley Davidson. They're V-twins. They're air-cooled. They're, they're particular, we'll say.
Is that like the nice way of calling somebody? That's the nice way about calling your boss. It's like, oh, my boss is really particular.
Particular bike. They're particular bikes. They're funny. They got their quirks. You know what you call it? It's an enthusiast bike. That's the way of saying it doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. But the Ducati...
I'm not always enthused to ride it.
Yeah, well, you have to be enthused. You have to be enthused about the motorcycle to have it. Anyway, it's an enthusiast bike, but the Monster 750 is actually one of the most reliable Ducatis ever built. I am putting the Dirtster aside today for the Dirtster's inspiration, the beautiful Backwoods Banana Pan America. I wasn't too sure about calling it the Backwoods Banana at first, but the more I say it, the more I love it, dude. Because it just, even if you just say Backwoods Banana, since it goes off-road, it just works.
Are you gonna put the sticker on?
Got some Backwoods branding for it yet. I don't know, because it's like putting stickers on paint. Let's go look at some crap.
I love garbage.
Got my rock form on here, now it finally feels complete. Rock form goes on every single bike I got, man, and I have bought every single rock form I have, but I actually just hit them up and was like, yo, I've been using this forever. Can I get a discount code? So they finally did give me one, so I'll have that down below. Like I said, I use rock form on everything, and I've used it on every single long distance trip I've ever taken, except for the ones that were impromptu, where I just bought a bike on accident somewhere and didn't have my rock form mount with me. Have you gotten on this bike yet? You know, it's like significantly faster than your Sportster.
Is it?
Way faster.
Okay, I'm not comfortable with this bike just because, not like I'm uncomfortable with it, I don't know it.
The way it makes power is different, so you have to rev it higher.
Okay.
So you're probably shifting like here.
Yeah.
Which is fine if you're just putting around, but if you want to get power out of it, you have to get up high in the rev range. Okay. Not all the way up here, but the higher you go, the more power.
I've noticed, I'm like, I've been trying to figure out why I don't like the bike, and
you're just riding it wrong.
It's just a riding it wrong.
The secret ingredient, stab and grab juice. Woo-hoo. Feels good, baby, feels good. It's a holiday weekend. I got Judas Priest singing parental guidance in the earbuds, and we got a tank full of stab and grab juice, baby. Let's rock and roll. I'll pull off real quick. We're about to hit the road, tank full of gas, Judas Priest and all that, but I just looked at my rearview mirror, and Shay Lisi's having a wardrobe malfunction with her sweater. So you're fine?
Yeah.
You're fine with it like this?
Yeah, I guess I'll button it, but...
No, you can do whatever you want. I just saw it coming off, and I thought you were trying to adjust it.
No. I was like, oh no, what's wrong? It's Starbucks.
No, God, no.
It's Venom.
All right, so apparently Shay wasn't having a wardrobe malfunction. I'm just saying, if I was wearing a sweater and it was coming off my shoulder like that while I was riding, it would drive me absolutely insane. But everybody's different. If you ever wondered why bikers wear vests, there's a lot of different reasons. Obviously, if you're in a club, you wear a vest for a reason, and definitely some style reasons too. It's a place where you can showcase your flair. And I guess you could say there's some sort of skid protection, but it's just on your torso, so I don't really know how much that actually tracks. For me, the real reason that you wear a vest is to keep your shirt under control, because you're on a motorcycle traveling at high rates of speed, and unless you're wearing a form-fitting shirt, it just slaps all around and pulls up on your back and shows the whole world your butt crack. And listen up, I got problems with that, man. I might be 5'12" and a half, but I got 7 feet of butt crack somehow. Don't ask me how that happened. I'm a modern miracle of science with that. So what a vest does for all this is it keeps your clothes from flapping around. That's why I like wearing one. Besides a place to showcase my flair. Another daddy. Oh, he's a BMW daddy. No, he's a Triumph daddy. My man. Firmly in the dad jeans supreme category with the Backwoods Banana, all right? It's funny, but it also makes sense that Harley Davidson, who is known for touring bikes, for long distance cruisers, for the wide open American roads, made this bike, which is unlike anything they've ever released under the Harley Davidson name. And even though it's a complete departure, in my opinion, it is the best touring motorcycle on any Harley Davidson showroom floor. With my sciatic problems though, I love a laid back cruiser. It can be very comfortable, but it's not as comfortable for as long as I'm comfortable in a straight up one like this. I can keep my back straight. I got my weight up a little bit. It's just so much more comfortable on my sciatic pain on this motorcycle than it is on a laid back cruiser. But that's just me, baby. There she goes. I think Shaylisa was riding that Ducati all wrong. You gotta let that sucker sing, man. You get used to riding a sports shirt around, all of a sudden you forget that some bikes don't come alive till about 7,000-8,000 RPM, even if they are a V-twin. I think she gets it now, though. If you couldn't tell, we're going somewhere that we've been to plenty of times before. Well, I've been to plenty of times before, out here to the Webster Swap Meet, except this is the first time I'm actually not going for the motorcycle swap meet. Today, we're actually going to the flea market, which I believe is the largest indoor flea market in the world. So much trash. Damn, dude, these guys are out doing it to it. Hell yeah. Dude. Talk about rolling out deep, baby. Dang. Dude, they gotta be rolling 100 strong. Where's my invite, baby? Holy mackerel, dude. Now that is a big old pack. Damn. Man, this bike rips. Here at the Webster Flea Market, the largest flea market in the world. This entire place is just something the European mind cannot comprehend. We can get birds or we can get turtles. The choice is yours. You can't leave here without buying a piece.
Oh no, I'm gonna.
Dude, you gotta get a flea market piece. I don't know why I'm so excited about this, but I've never actually seen a shelling machine for pecans or any kind of nut before. No, I know it's obviously by machine, but have you ever seen one before? No, exactly. Hey, allow a little wonder into your life, okay? No, you don't go to the flea market and not get a switchblade, Shay. That's just not how it's done.
Jesus painting instead.
No, we can get them both. We're not leaving without a switchblade. I don't make the rules, I just work here. Jealous, I'm finally cool over here. Got a freaking cowboy hat.
I don't know, man. Did you pay for it? Yeah, $2 for $1.
It's not honey, it's blue. Sour blue raspberry honey. You don't get a lot, I feel like. Is it real honey?
I don't fucking know.
Huh. Let me get a suck.
Just a sip.
Yeah, you squeeze it in there.
Mike, that's hard to eat.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Ooh, it does taste good though.
Yeah, right?
Dude, I wonder what the bee looks like that makes sour blue raspberry honey. Horoscope and weight. Because it's really easy to do, because if you get on it and you weigh too much, it's just like, I see an early death in your future. I mean, I've heard about them, but who knew we'd find the largest carrier of Game Gear games in the world.
That is a Game Boy Advance.
Oh, is it? All right. Well, nobody's got Game Gear though. What's up, weirdos? Today, Shaylisa and I jumped on the bikes and headed out to one of the world's largest flea markets in Webster, Florida. The European mind cannot comprehend the wonders and horrors that populate the dark crevices and liminal spaces of a Southern American flea market. Here in God's country, you can buy real birds and fake birds. And directly next to the table selling crystals that will cure everything from butt cancer to eczema, you can also pick up a set of totally legit Gucci hater blockers. Anime figurines, birdhouses, and spare car tires are all sold by the same vendor. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Every day we stray further from God's light. These guys over here are celebrating Memorial Day kinda weird. There's a definite hierarchy to Webster, unspoken rules and long-standing rivalries, and we even got to see the watershed moment of Funko Pops joining forces with Beanie Baby enthusiasts. Truly a modern-day Tower of Babel, the Webster Flea Market is a living, breathing avatar for America, and some nerds might disagree with me, but I can't think of a better place for a foreign tourist who wants to experience full cultural immersion to go. Our haul from the flea market included brass knuckles, nunchucks, a switchblade, a small bore German assault rifle, and a double barrel shotgun. Make sure you subscribe to Shade Tree Surgeon YouTube channel for full-length American adventures every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, that was fun. Normally we ride the motorcycles because, you know, it avoids us from buying anything too big, but, yeah, we had bungee cords. I think that's just like an amazing little slice of Americana, the Webster Flea Market. You could buy everything from hair care products to snacks to switchblades and nunchucks. They've got NES games, Game Gear, Game Boy Advance, every kind of DVD and VHS you could want. So many anime and Funko Pop figurines. I will tell you, those were heavily on display and they weren't too far away from the Beanie Baby people. I tell you what, the Beanie Baby people are looking at the Funko Pop people saying, I used to be great I used to be worth something. We didn't eat there, although I wanted to. Nobody else did, because some of the other things you can get at the flea market are funnel cakes and firearms. I always like a place where you can get a sweet confectionery treat, fried dough covered in powdered sugar, and you can also buy an assault rifle. My kind of place.
Well, the postman came, and he came with something that I'm very excited about. The CDI boxes for the Honda Magna. You know, I've just been like drooling over this V65. If you saw the last video, you'll know that we picked up a 1985 V65 Honda Magna, 1100cc, just absolute murder machine. A killer. Dude, this bike was the baddest bike you could get in the 80s, and nobody saw it coming. Honda just had no fucks to give at all with this motorcycle. I was so excited to feel the real power of a V65 Magna, but unfortunately it was only running on 2 cylinders instead of 4 cylinders. But we took it apart and we identified the culprit as the CDI boxes, and now I got new ones. Well, new old ones. And I'm not waiting around. We're slapping those in right now because I want to see what this thing actually feels like running on all 4 cylinders. Not even gonna bother putting this sucker on the lift, man. I'm running out of daylight and I don't want to take this thing out. I'm gonna go ahead and replace both of them since the eBay purchase I made came with 2 CDI boxes. Although Joe from the Ride Factory told me he knows how to actually resolder these and repair them, and a couple people in the comments said that too, that you can fix the solder that actually breaks on these and they can work again. So I'm gonna put these in, but then I'm going to fix these and keep them around as spares. Because you can get new CDI boxes, but get ready to bend over, man. The people who are still making these things are real proud of them. Which I get it, it's a complicated item. Like, I'm not saying that people shouldn't charge for them, but you know, if I can fix my old ones and have those as backups, I'm certainly going to do that. Moment of truth, let's see if this thing fires up all right. Yes, got attack, baby. I'm gonna call that one a good sign. Let's take this thing for a spin. Guys, I cannot tell you how excited I am to experience the real potential of the Honda Magna.
The last time I twisted the throttle wide open, I'll tell you that didn't happen. Oh, yeah. Whoa. This bike is bad to the bone, baby. This is what it was in the 80s, man. I can't even imagine jumping on one of these things back in the day. Those brakes are so warped in the front. They're so bad. I got warped brakes in the front, no brakes in the rear, and 120 horsepower underneath this gas tank. This thing feels unreal, dude. The way it just jumps on up to 10,000 RPM at like snapping your fingers. This is a dangerous motorcycle. Dude, they would just let anybody walk out of a dealership. They're just like full tank of gas. They let you ride away on this thing back in the day. I said it on Instagram. That is downright premeditated, baby. That's straight up murder in the first degree. You're just gonna let someone walk out of a Honda dealership in 1983 with a Honda V65 and not expect them to instantaneously kill themselves and injure others? Of course you do. That's what makes a good bike. Whoa, dude. I mean, the thing feels like... I did not even expect that. And I'll tell you, I also have a VMAX, and they're both V4 motorcycles, 1100cc for this one, 1200 for the VMAX. They really do accelerate really differently. This thing just goes through the rev range so freaking fast, man. This motorcycle feels like it should not be allowed. This is a dangerous machine, and I like it. How is this motorcycle from the 80s? This should not be allowed. This motorcycle should not be allowed to exist and be from 1985. I'm in love with this motorcycle. I love this bike. What? They only made this bike for like 2 years? I think it was 83 through 85. And after that, they went back down to the 750cc. They only made this motorcycle for... Oh, they couldn't make it for longer, dude. This thing is a death trap. This amount of power on tap in the early 80s, it was unheard of in motorcycles. There is a reason that when this bike came out, it was, you know, with maybe a couple exceptions, the fastest motorcycle in the world for a while. So I don't know if we got something dripping on the rear headers or what, or if they just it hasn't been used in so long that I just got some smoke coming off there, but definitely got some smoke coming off the rear headers. I noticed it when I first fired the motorcycle up as well. There's a small fuel leak in the front too, so the car, it feels like it runs fine. So everyone goes like, oh, get ready to pull those carburetors out, get ready to pull the carbs. It's a nightmare, and yes, it is. The carburetors on this, woo-hoo! The carburetors on this thing are the very embodiment of only an engineer will crawl over 50 naked women to fuck a mechanic. But I don't think I'm gonna have to pull the carbs. The bike runs flawlessly. Might be leaking a little bit of fuel onto the headers in the back, or maybe there's an oil leak back there or something. I'm not really sure. It could also just be grease from people working on it, stuff getting on the headers and the rear cylinders. The headers on the back have not gotten hot in a few years. I'm getting no smoke now. It smells like they got oil on them, or someone was working on them, or maybe they sprayed them in WD-40. That's what it smells like to me. It just smells what an engine smells like when you've been working on it for a long time and you fire it up for the first time and it burns all the crap off of it. That's what it smells like to me. It doesn't smell like anything's like burning up or wrong with it. It just smells like there's stuff on the headers. Dude, this thing is bad to the bone, baby. With not very good brakes, so be cool, Josh. Oh my lord, this should not be allowed. It's just immediate too. I think the difference between this and the VMAX, I haven't ridden the VMAX in a minute, so I haven't ridden it in a minute. Don't give me too hard of a time. VMAX, it has the V-boost, so the VMAX feels, dude, when you get to the upper rev range, it feels almost like a two-stroke, you know what I mean? This thing has just got power everywhere. I couldn't say which one is faster. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've been on the Max. This just feels like it makes power from 1500 RPM where it's idling all the way up to 10,000 RPM where it shuts down. There doesn't feel like a torque curve. It just feels like a flat line all the way across at maximum power. Like, there's no curve here. That's just straight acceleration, baby. There ain't no curve. It doesn't feel real. I mean, the bike literally, it feels electric. And man, I've ridden some fast motorcycles, don't get me wrong. I've ridden faster motorcycles than this, but the way that this makes power, I really, really, really like it. And the fact that it's from 1985 and it's this fast, it just makes it feel like that much more of a rocket ship. I'm just on a bike. I'm very familiar with bikes from the 80s. I've spent a lot of time on 80s Hondas, 80s Harleys, and all sorts of other motorcycles from that time period. So I'm very familiar with what a bike like that feels like. And it does not feel like it should go this fast. All right. There's a lot of other unknowns about this motorcycle right now. The brakes are sketchy as hell. I've not done it. The front forks need to be rebuilt. I basically just replaced the CDI box, and I'm like, woohoo, let's go. Woo, yeah, hey. But there's no way I wasn't going to get on this thing and rip her wide open. No freaking way. All right, let's get back to the fort. And fix Shay Lisi's Sportsters. Sportsters plural. Yeah. Magna, baby. Be still my beating heart. We're back at the fort. My man Wizard Overcomb did share his sour blue raspberry honey with me, so I figured it's only right that we share the V65 Magna with him. He is actually the first Magna I ever rode. He has a V30, which is a 500cc motor with the exact same design and configuration as this one. This bike's a little different. So excited for Mike to ride this because he's never done it. And then he had to push it back. So, all right, we're in the garage. We're gonna get this bike off the lift. I might be leaving town. I don't know yet, but if I am leaving town, Shay Lisi needs a motorcycle that's not Cammy's Ducati, and this motorcycle is broken. Luckily, we have an Evo Master Tech, Brian Raditz from the Ride Factory, to laugh at us turning wrenches here because I wouldn't dare ask you to think on your day off. I don't like a Master Tech. There's actually literally there's no one in the world I think that's better than Brian Raditz from the Ride Factory. And if they say they are, they're a liar. You know, there's not a better customizer.
You're way pumping it up. Listen,
There's no one better. His vertical leap
is insane, dude. He can jump literally 6 feet in the air.
Glasses match your shirt. And
He just came back down. The eyes, dude. You should have seen him when he had hair. Irresistible. All right, guys, I know this is a little bit of a shorter video, although even my short videos end up being 25 minutes long. But we're cutting this one short because I'm about to hit the road, picking up some super exciting stuff for the Forgotten Angels raffle. So I got a few days on the road. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang out at all anywhere I go, but I'll certainly announce it on Instagram if I can. So if you're not following me on Instagram, that link's down below at shadetree_surgeon. I post on Instagram almost daily, and I post on YouTube almost daily as well. So you see a lot of the stuff here as well. But if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you are there, because I post a lot of updates there that are there first before my normally scheduled YouTube stuff. YouTube, I'm on a schedule that I don't like to break from. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I almost never break from the schedule. Instagram, you kind of find out there the second it happens. Huge thanks to all you true believers out there, everyone in Shade Tree Army who made an order from the Brap Stars store. The pre-orders are going to be printing soon. I'm going to give it like another 24 hours after this video comes out, and then I'm printing everything and we're going to start sending out packages. So if you want to get in on the pre-order and you don't want to take the chance that those things might not be there by the time the 24 hours after this video comes out, which should be about the end of Thursday, the link's down below, brapstar.com. We got Shade Tree Army t-shirts, we got rolling trays, we got patches, we got pins, and all sorts of other kinds of flair for your biker vest. All right, clock's ticking. I gotta hit the road, and I'll see you guys on Friday for the live stream. Till next time, y'all, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shade Tree Army, Shade Tree Army, armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shade Tree Army, Shade Tree Army, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shade Tree Army, Shade Tree Army, who will risk it all to end the evil call of Shade Tree Army, Shade Tree Army. They never give up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high. Shade Tree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.